All right, you're welcome, everyone. So this is the MEP design, Cintojon MEP design toolkit. Right now we have the electrical design toolkit live, but the plumbing toolkit is coming live also, the HVAC toolkit. But now I want to show you how you get around the electrical design toolkit. So just click on this place. So this is the interface. It defaults to the settings page. Okay, so this is the settings. Can you see it's highlighted? This is the settings page. So now it depends on what you use for your own distribution board and your own circuits. Okay, so for my own circuit, I'm going to be using L for my lighting, P for my sockets, then my dedicated. Now this dedicated is for maybe air conditioning. So the uh radial circuits, the ones you don't run, like your air conditioning, your cooker units, all right, your water heater, okay, that have a dedicated line to the consumer unit, okay? So this prefix that you're setting here, it is flexible. So in a situation, maybe you're doing your design and you don't put it, maybe because you're in a hurry or something, you forget, the toolkit is gonna just put whatever is here for you. All right. So if you put D, it's gonna put D. As if you get to that point, you understand what I'm saying. Then the circuit suffix is the active DB. So if it's DBA, DBB, DBC, DBD, so that's the circuit suffix. So the circuit suffix here, it's auto extracted from the active DB name. All right. So currently we have an active DB here. Now lighting start number depends on how you arrange your circuits. That's one. For sockets also one. Depends on how you arrange your circuits. So when you begin to use the toolkit, it's customizable to your own preference. But this is just an introduction on how you should use it. So I'm just this is just about the settings. Now, how do you start your phases? So you can start from your maybe your red phase, yellow phase, blue phase, depends. So of course it's not trying to start from the red phase. Okay, start phase for the lighting. So whatever phase the lighting gets to, the socket continues from there. That's how it is designed. Okay. If you have other ways of doing yours, it's flexible. Okay, you can work around it. Now, lighting settings, allowable watts per circuit. I use 1500. That's the maximum. So if it's above 1500 watts, it's going to so it will sort of spill over to the next circuit for you. So let's say you have set 1500 watts here. Maybe that's your own allowable watts per circuit for lighting. And you by the time you've done your lighting for a particular space, maybe you have maybe 1700 watts, it will spill over the extra 200 watts into another circuit for you and rearrange all the circuits. So it's that intelligent. So it's also flexible. So whatever it is you want to put there, just put it there. If it's more than 1005, you can fill it there. The maximum points per circuit, if you want that, you put it there. Your breaker lighting for your lighting circuit, there's 10 amps here. You can change it if you use 15 amps, whatever it is you use. All right. So default efficacy is 120. If you use 100, that's lumen per watt. If you use a 100, you change this to 100. Now, socket settings, maximum socket per circuit. You can change it. This is 10 here. If you want it to be 12, no problem. Watts per socket, there's 300 watts here. So it naturally means that if you have more than, you have 10, if you set 10 here and you have 300 watts per socket. So if you have 10 sockets on one circuit, that's 3000 watts. So that's the maximum allowable watts per circuit. That's what you have set here. Okay, if it's 250, you use it, you change to 250. If it's more than 10 here, you change it. Okay. What it does is that when you if for any reason the number of sockets you have in a circuit is more than what you have set here, it will spill over to another circuit and rearrange it for you. Okay, so that's that. So then the socket breaker. So for your sockets, if you want to use whatever it is you put it there. I'm gonna put 30 here. All right. So as you're putting it, saving it automatically. Then for your dedicated defaults, that's the AC, the water heater, and the cooker. For AC per unit, I like to use 2000 watts. That's for the DX units. If it's just normal split 100 unit and 20 amps breaker, you can change it to whatever it is you use, maybe 25 or 15, and whatever size of breaker you use. Water heater also I use 2000. If you depend that's the anyone less than 30 liters, about 10, 15, 20 liters. I use 2000 watts here. All right. And so whatever it is, it's kind of water heater, depending on the kind of water heater you're using, change it to whatever it is you're using and the breaker. Also, the cooker control unit, same thing. If you use 4500 units, you put it there. What if you whatever if you use 45 amps set, you put it there. I'll leave it at 3030 amps. So your supply voltage, you have it here 230 volts. That's the UK style for the single phase and 400 volt for three phase. Power factor, if you use zero point 0.9, I can put 0.8 here. If you use zero point 0.9, you can have 0.9 there. All right. So that's but then your DB distribution board. So that's this. Look at this suffix A is telling you which DB. So you can have many types of DBs. Okay, many DBs here. So how many DBs do you have here? Okay, just DBA. Okay, so whatever it is you have here, so you can add new DB. Okay, so but however it is you name your DB, you put it there. If it's DB1, DBA, DBB, whatever it is. So this DBA, this A is what is here. That's why you can't change what is there. It is what you set here. That's kind of, so if you're using 4 DBs, maybe A, B, C, D, or A, B, A, C, it depends on how you name your DB. All right, so I'm going to keep it simple and just call this one DBA. All right, so this is DBA here. So what we have here is DBA. You can set active DB. So whatever DB it is you are working on, that's what you put. You can set active. This is active DB. Okay, so I'm not deleting any DB here. All right. So when you need to delete DB, say maybe you have uploaded some DBs or you have too many DBs, you want to delete DB, you just come here, set the DB you want to delete. Okay. You put it there. Let's say I have more than one DB. You put it there. Okay. So let me just have some DBs here right now. So let me say I add a DB. Say I add a DB, BC. I'm just saying BC. So I add it. See, division board has added successfully. Let's say I add another DB, maybe for the third DB, DBE. Let's say I add DB. Okay, so you can set active DB. So there's DB. So how many DBs do we have here? We have three. I can set DBBC as my active DB. Okay, so this is my active DB. Now, if you go up there, you can say DBBC. This BC is the active DB. So that's how it works together. If I want my active DB to be DBE, if you come out here, you can see here, E is your active DB. Okay, very simple. And if I want to delete DB, I'm going to select DB to delete. Okay, so I want to delete DBBC. I'm just saying I delete it, delete, read down, delete. If I want to delete DBE, I come here. Where is it? Select DB to delete. I want to delete DBE, and I delete it. Say okay. DBA is the only one DB here, so you can't delete it. It's the only DB here. So set active DB. Whatever DB you put here is the active DB. So if you have like 4 DBs, whatever DB you have there is the active DB. Okay. So let's say, for instance, I want to do an apartment with 4 distribution boards. So I'm going to set, and I want to use A, B, C, D, E. So I can just say DBB, DB dash B, add DB. Okay. And say DB dash C. I mean, you can, whatever it is, whatever you use, you know what you use in your company, your organization, your firm, just it's flexible, whatever it is you put there. So now put DB dash D, simple. I'm just doing that. This is if I want to do it personally, so I'm doing it like this. So how many DBs do I have here? A, B, C, D. So I can set any active DBs. So I want, maybe I'm done with DBA and I want to come and start loading DBB. I come here, I change it to DBB. Okay. So we're going to do that in the rest of the session. I mean, as we continue. So that's simply you see how to use that. Very, very simple. It's self-explanatory. So in the next, we'll also look at how we begin to use all these other ones. All right.